I reach the end of the trail. The air is still, and I am a hunter.
A game we've been hearing rumors about for a long time now, and that was finally announced just a couple of weeks ago or a week ago. Assassin's Creed Rogue. This is sort of the ending of a North American trilogy, if you will. What can you tell us? What's the story here? What's the narrative?
Exactly. So we see it as the cornerstone of the Kenway trilogy, we call it. So this fits in between Assassin's Creed 4 and Assassin's Creed 3, and we're really telling the story of why were there so few assassins in North America in Assassin's Creed 3. And the reason is because of this man, Shay Cormac, our hero of Assassin's Creed Rogue.
What kind of assassin is he? Because you know, obviously you've had a great cast of main characters throughout the series. What does he bring to the table that's different than the others, and sort of what does he have in common with his predecessors? Or
well, Shay is unique because he starts as an assassin, but fairly early in the game he goes through a very troubling and difficult mission, and he confronts the assassin. He questions their order, questions what their motives are, and they actually turn against him, try and kill him. He just about survives. Then he joins the Templar order, turns against his former brothers, and so he becomes a dark, vengeful Templar and hunting down his assassin brothers, but feeling that what he is doing is right. He just felt that the Templar order is more correct than what the assassins are doing.
So what's the approach there? Because sometimes you want to tell a story from the sort of the evil perspective. Sometimes you tell from a good perspective. Is there a good and evil, or is that something that you really want to show here that maybe there isn't?
Exactly. That's what we're trying to explore. So from Assassin's Creed 1, we've very much shown the assassins are the good guys and the Templars are the bad guys, and we're trying to blur those lines a bit and look at things from the other perspective and see it's not always black and white. At the end, the assassin and Templars want the same thing. They want world peace. They want everyone to be happy. It's just how they get there is different. Assassins believe in freedom for everyone. Templars believe you need some order, you need some discipline to be able to get that peace.
But we've always been playing as the assassins, so it's a little bit of a different side to this. What can you tell us about the team? Because it's obviously it's not being handled by the same team that's doing Unity. Because it's always a range of different studios that's working on it. How's it set up for this production?
Yeah, so we at Ubisoft we're very proud of our multi-studio collaboration process. We've been doing that on Assassin's Creed since Assassin's Creed 2. For Assassin's Creed Rogue, we have Ubisoft Sophia as the lead studio. They worked on the Liberation games, so they have experience in being a lead. They have over 5 years experience on the brand. The associate studio is working with Sophia. There's 6 of them, including where I come from, which is Ubisoft Singapore. We created the Naval for AC3. Naval is back in a big way in Rogue, so we're handling that part. Quebec are involved. They've been in the brand for many years. Montreal, of course, are still involved. That's where the brand team is, overseeing the overall story arc and what's happening in each of the games. So they're very much involved as well.
Very interesting, sort of the whole sort of family of Assassin's Creed studios that's working out. You briefly touched there on the Naval, a big part of Assassin's Creed 3, but perhaps even more so in Assassin's Creed 4. What kind of things are you looking at there to improve the experience even more?
So we want to be true to our fantasy in whatever we do in Assassin's Creed. We look at the setting and whether naval is relevant or not. So Unity don't have naval because it's set during the French Revolution in Paris. It doesn't really fit. For us, we're set during the French-Indian War, or the 7-Year War it's often called, in the 1750s, and we're choosing the North American theatre to look at that battle. And there was a lot of fighting around the Gulf of St. Lawrence, just off the east coast of Canada, which obviously involved naval. So for us, that's where we're going to have our naval playground. What does that mean? It means we have ice. So suddenly we have these new gameplay ingredients. We have icebergs that you can blow up, you can find loot inside, you can use it as temporary cover, you can even use it as a strategy to disrupt enemy ship, because rogue waves will come out of icebergs you destroy. If you upgrade your ship with an icebreaker ram, you can break through ice sheets and find undiscovered locations. And being a Templar, it also means you have access to greater weaponry. So the ship you have, the Morrigan, has access to very advanced weaponry for the time.
So is it the same sort of sense of exploration that you had in Black Flag, or have you sort of made it into more of a... How's that? Because it's not as unexplored perhaps as the sort of the pirate theme Black Flag. First thing we've done is gone more for the war theme. So now you'll have British and French ships everywhere. As a Templar, you're actually aligned with the British. So whenever you see British ships fighting French ships, you can go help them out. And if you get there in time to save them from maybe a stronger French fleet, then the British captain will reward you. So we very much have that theme of war throughout
For the exploration, actually this was a very interesting era around the 1750s. We had explorers around the region looking for new locations, so I think the exploration is just as strong as in the Caribbean of Black Flag.
So what's the sort of present day tie-in with this one? It's been different between Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed 4. What's the tie-in here? Is there a present day portion as well?
There will be a little bit of present day. It's not something we're going to talk about just yet. We'll talk about that later in the campaign.
The decision to go with current gen, it's only PS3, Xbox 360. What went into that? Is that simply a case of differentiating, or what went into it?
There's a few reasons. So first of all, Assassin's Creed Unity was built from the ground up, started many years ago, knowing it could only be done on next gen. So there was no way that could be released on the PS3 and 360. At the same time, we really had the story we wanted to tell. We wanted to finish this Kenway saga, that trilogy of Assassin's Creed games set in North America. And we started that story on the Xbox 360 and PS3, and that's where we want to finish that story.
So, in terms of timeline, there's a lot of Assassin's Creed for fans to sort of devour. How do you see that? Are you competing in any way, or how do you is there that element there?
Well, we're definitely giving the gamers a choice. So if they've not made the step to next generation consoles, then of course Assassin's Creed Rogue is the perfect choice for them. If they already have next gen consoles and they still have their old gen lying around, then we hope that the fans will see that the two stories are complementary and they even overlap in some ways. So there will be a good experience to have on both games.
Sounds great, and hopefully, perhaps down the line, there will be an HD added to the title, and the new gen people can also enjoy it.
We'll see what the fans ask for.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Once an assassin, now their pursuer. I must destroy those who I once called brother. The air is still, and I am a hunter.